Welcome back. It is time now for the Word on Wall Street. Top investors watching your money. Joining me now is Horizon Investments Chief Investment Officer Scott Ladner. Also with us is Mike Lee this morning. Scott, thank you so much for joining the conversation. And happy birthday to you, Scott.
Thanks, Maria. I appreciate that.
The whole idea that rates have been spiking have also impacted the growth stories out there. We were talking about risk on a couple of weeks ago with Bitcoin and big tech. Well, look at NVIDIA in the last week. It's down. You say most analysts miss the key data point of exponential growth for NVIDIA, and then investors will soon have an opportunity to own the best technology companies at cheaper valuations. What are you telling us? We're going to have a big sell-off that continues in tech?
Well, look, Maria, if these stocks just stand still, right, you're looking at 20, 30, 50, 100% earnings growth for some of these AI names over the next 12 months. If the stocks aren't running in proportion with this earnings growth, they're just going to get cheaper and cheaper. And my takeaway from the NVIDIA presentation at CES was that this bear argument of hardware, where you buy some NVIDIA GPUs and you're set for a long period of time, is totally and completely erroneous. Where every year, the demand for compute, the power needed by these computers to process all the data needed for AI is growing annually on an exponential basis. So if you think about it, if you think of all the data from the beginning of the history of the time until the end of the year 2003, we now produce that every 2 days. Okay, in a few years, that'll be every day, then every 12 hours, then every 6 hours. Okay, and the computing power need to sort through that as the data gets bigger, as the computations get bigger, keep growing and growing and growing, and NVIDIA's chips keep getting more and more powerful at the same rate. So you're at a point now where their latest chips, you can get the same compute at a third of the cost, or you can triple the amount of compute you can get for the same cost. How do IT departments just sit by and let their competition do everything faster? So the upgrade cycle is going to be far more consistent with the far longer run than I think even the most bearish analysts on Wall Street think for NVIDIA. And the amount of the IT budget for global corporate IT spend for AI is going to increase at a much faster clip. It's going to be a much larger market. And this year, because of the pressures that we're getting in the dollar strength with rates going up, the key difference between 2017 and 2025 is that the U.S. is such a better shape economically than the rest of the world, which is leading to a much stronger dollar, and that leads to the sale of risk assets in the U.S. It leads to multiple compression for our favorite technology names, but this is a temporary phenomena. There is no hint that 2026 is going to be slower than 2025. If anything, it's going to accelerate. So while we may see some choppiness this year, if you've missed these moves, now is the time to add to these positions. If you're 100% invested, just sit tight. It's going to be a bit of a roller coaster, but this is an unbelievable time to be a technology investor.
Yeah. So are you waiting for stocks to sell off to buy more?
Oh, yeah. So like my favorite stock, Palantir, has gone from the low 80s to the high 60s, starting to add some. If it goes any cheaper, I'm just going to buy as much as I possibly can. Look, you're getting an opportunity for everyone who thought they missed the run. Okay, these stocks are much cheaper now than they were 6 months ago because their earnings have expanded rapidly, and this is likely to be an excellent year. Next year's likely to be better, and the valuations are coming down drastically.
Great points all around. Scott, thank you so much for joining the conversation. It's good to see you, and come back soon.
Thanks, Mary. I appreciate it.
Mike, you're with us all morning, and we're grateful. Stay with us. We got a market that is lower, and we got a big hour coming up. We'll be right back.